We heard that she could see light, but we had no idea what else she could see, and that she might be blind. That was a lot for us to process and take in, and that was probably the longest, most silent car ride we've ever had on the way home.
When she was about 2 months old, we noticed that she was doing kind of this fluttering with her eyes, where they would just kind of roll down. And I also noticed she wasn't gazing into her eyes, which all the baby books at the time were saying, they should be gazing in your eyes when you're feeding them. And so we had reached out to our pediatrician.
So we embarked on this journey of genetic testing to really get to the root cause behind her issues. It was like trying to find a proverbial needle in a haystack with a genetic testing, and we were fortunate to be here and have it gone through a research process, and we didn't know if it was going to take 2 months, 2 years, or never really find the cause.
KIF11 is a super rare genetic disorder that impacts your brain, your eyes, and your lymphatic system. Audrey's condition only really expresses in 2 of those areas. She has microcephaly, which means small head, and she also has underdeveloped retinas and persistent fetal vasculature, which means that she has stalks in her eyes that remained from in the womb. Normally they resolve and go away.
And for Audrey, that was causing a blockage where it was in front of her optic nerve and she couldn't see past that. And in addition, her retinas had not fully developed, which were contributing to her low vision.
She has pretty weak vision in her left eye just because she has a stalk that carries right over the optic nerve, which is where you get your most clear vision. Her right eye has a fold in the retina, and again, there's just other areas that just didn't fully develop. So that's caused us to need to do some laser surgery of the retina that prevents blood vessels from growing and pulling her retina off.
For microcephaly, it can have a very wide range of expressivity. So some kids, it might not even be noticeable. Others can have very severe developmental and learning disabilities. Audrey tends to focus on the side where she doesn't have a lot of observable traits in that regard.
Audrey's KIF11 diagnosis was the 87th case documented in the world at the time. But then on top of that, hers was the 13th novel case, which means hers is the only one like that in the world. So she's literally one of a kind. Most people probably wouldn't know that she's gone through the things that she's gone through. She's super smart, she's super funny, she's a visual learner, she's super tough, she's super active. She's just really cool.
She would probably not be in the same place she is today if we had not had the care we had here in Iowa City. Her vision has improved tremendously since we first started coming over here. She now has 20/50 vision in her best eye and 20/70 vision in her weaker eye. When we first started this 5-6 years ago, that was beyond our wildest expectations of what she could achieve.
My hopes and dreams for Audrey as she gets older is just that she continues to do all the things in life that she wants to do. And hopefully that she loves herself completely and fully for who she is as an individual. She's so special, and I just don't want her to change. The pediatric doctors, they're so good at, meeting her at her level, making sure that she's not scared or intimidated of some of the things that she has to do, like the imaging and the eye drops.
The care that Audrey has received here has been fantastic. She's seen so many different specialists, many of whom are the best in their field at what they do.
Thank you so much for everything that you've done, not only for Audrey, but for Will and I as parents. What I tell every parent is trust your gut, but know that you've got all of these great resources here that you can tap into, and that they're not going to stop until they give you answers.
Thank you for checking my eyes. That was really kind of you.
The only thing that will ever hold her back is her imagination and her ambition, not her physical limitations. Audrey is such an amazing person who has a lot to offer the world, and I want her to have a happy and satisfying life. And I know that with the care that she's received here at the University of Iowa, she's going to be able to reach her full potential.